Welcome back to another video. My name is Sean and I'm a registered dietitian. Today I'm going to be going over another TPN example for you, walk you through the math and show you how I do TPNs here at this hospital. Before we get started, if you have any suggestions on how I should introduce the video without me saying the same thing every time, post them in the comments section down below. Give me something to try out. So, remember in one of my previous TPN videos, there's two different ways you can do TPN. You can do compounding, where the pharmacist will make custom TPN mixtures, or we can use a product called clinimix. Now, for smaller facilities, such as ours that don't do TPN super often, we don't have the need to do custom TPN. So we use a product called clinimix. And clinimix is an amino acid and dextrose containing solution. It comes in 1 liter bags and 2 different concentrations, a 520 solution or a 515 solution for central line, for putting it through a central line. There's also we have a 4.25% solution for peripheral lines, but I'm not going to go over PPN. Most of the time, we don't even recommend PPN for patients unless they are TPN dependent and won't have central line access for at least 7 to 10 days. So 99% of the time, I'm not doing PPN anyway. So I'm not going to go over PPN in this video or even on this channel. If you guys do want me to go over PPN, let me know, but it's definitely not my skill set. TPN I'm a little bit better at. So we're going to be using a product called clinimix. It's an amino acid dextrose containing solution, and it comes in either a 520 or 515. So 5% amino acids, 20% dextrose, or a 5% amino acid, 15% dextrose solution. So what does this mean and how can we interpret sort of these two products? So at any given rate, 100 an hour, 200 an hour, 50 an hour, both products will give the same amount of protein. They'll just give fewer calories in the form of carbohydrates, which means if you run, let's say, at any given caloric need that a patient might have, you'll have to run the 515 solution a little bit faster because it doesn't have as many calories from carbohydrates. So at any given rate, this is less in carbs than this. At any given caloric need that a patient might have, the patient will receive more of their calories from protein. In other words, they'll receive more grams of protein with this product than this product while meeting the same caloric need. So here our hypothetical patient needs 1950 calories and 90 grams of protein. Let's say they weigh 75 kilograms. Cool. So here at our hospital, we use a product called intralipids. Intralipids is a little bag about yay big. It has 500 calories in it, 250 ml bag of 20% lipids, 500 calories. I often give this every other day, except in some cases where a patient needs more than 21 or 2200 calories a day, I will give them this product every day. However, this person needs less than 2100 calories, so I'm going to still give this every other day, meaning the patient on average will be getting 250 calories from lipids daily on average. So we can take our caloric need and subtract the kcals from fat, giving us 1700 kcals needed from our amino acid dextrose solution. So if you work at a facility or an intern at a facility that uses clinimix, they will have a handy dandy little chart. And this will tell you the different clinimix products they have, at what rate gives you what protein, dextrose, and calories. So for this person, they need 1700 calories, 90 grams of protein. So we can go down here and look for 1700. Well, here's, was that 1690? Gives them 96 grams. Here's a 1795, gives them 102. I prefer to give them 1690 than the 1795. It's a little bit closer to their needs. However, this is one of the projects that I've been working on with our pharmacists, and that is that these bags, these come in 1 liter bags. So if a patient is getting, let's say they're getting 2 liters per day, that's going to be around 83 mils an hour. What that means is if a patient needs, let's say we run this at 65 an hour, that's going to be about 1.5 liters per day. At the end of the day, the nurse throws away the rest of the TPN. So these have to be sort of compounded or made in 1 liter volumes. And so if you run it at 80 an hour, the patient will have some TPN left in that bag that ends up getting thrown out. So typically, if a patient is close to around 83, 84 an hour, I'm going to be running it 2 liters a day, total daily volume, or 85. So what I want you to remember from this is that if you can get it to 85 an hour, that's what I would do. I would pick the 85 over the 80, even though the 80 mils an hour, where the heck is it? 80 mils an hour gives them closer to their needs than 85. I would rather my patient get a little bit of extra calories than to have them just get thrown out. So I'm going to use the 520 solution at 85 mils per hour. And then in parentheses, I just put 2 liters total daily volume. That's how we do it here. You might be at a facility where it's okay for you can just go ahead and order at 80 mils an hour. That's what the dietitian that you're working with would recommend. That's fine. You can do that. We just do things a little bit differently here to help be more responsible with the TPN solutions. So 85 an hour gives our patient 1795 kcals plus our 250 from the lipids. So get my calculator out. So we'll be overfeeding this patient slightly, but let's just assume they're not intubated, so it's not a big deal if they get an extra 100 calories. 2045 kcals. 102 grams of protein. And then the last thing we need to figure out is their GIR. So at 85 an hour, they're getting 408 grams of dextrose divided by their weight divided by 1.44. When you divide by 1.44, the GIR, glucose infusion rate, is milligrams per kilogram per minute. So if you divide your grams per kilogram by 1.44, it converts the grams to milligrams per minute. So their GIR is 408 divided by 75 divided by 1.44 gives us a GIR of 3.8. So the way that this would read in our note is recommend TPN 520 solution, goal rate 85 an hour or approximately 2 liters total daily volume to provide 2,045 calories, 102 grams of protein, GIR of 38. So that's basically it for the note. Now keep in mind, these clinimix bags come in 1 liter volumes. Anything that's not used at the end of the day gets thrown out. So if I can get them as close to 2 liters a day or 83, 84 mils an hour, we round up, so 85 an hour, I'm going to pick that over having some of that TPN just get thrown out. Just give your patient an extra 100 calories, who cares? With that in mind, also, if you can start that TPN at 1 liter volume a day, that comes in 1 liter bags, so 1 bag per day will give them approximately 41, 42 mils an hour. So if I can start my patient at 45 mils an hour and the goal is 85, that works out really well for pharmacy because it makes the math easier on them because they're compounding it in 1 liter bags. And it decreases the amount of TPN waste that we have. So if you can start your patient on 45 an hour of some solution, whether it's the 515 or the 520, that's great. And if you can get them to goal, if I have to choose between the two 515 or the 520 products, and I can run this 515 at 2 liters a day or 85 an hour, versus running the 520 at, let's say, 65 or 70 an hour, as long as the protein numbers look okay, I'd rather go with the 515 because you're not throwing away TPN. Supposedly it's like $2,000 a day, so it's just a better use of money, and it's just a little bit better for the patient if they get a couple extra 100 calories. So hope you guys enjoy this video. If you appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy watching it and you find it helpful, please feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Cheers.